Hi, Ellie here from the Dark Imp. These are our 6 coaster games. They're games on coasters where the game is on one side and the rules are on the other. Today we're going to take a closer look at Free the Frog. Free the Frog is a game for at least 2 players. It's a party game, so you can play really with as many people as you want. On each round you're going to elect somebody to be the frog. And it's a cooperative game, so you're playing together. You're trying to win together, and you're trying to. Each round, the frog is under threat from the witch, and the witch is going to go across on the stepping stones and try and reach the frog. The frog is under the witch's spell, but there is a spell-breaking word that the frog chooses, but the frog can only communicate to you when you ask for clues. And so there are different ways that you're going to ask for clues. So you elect your frog each turn, and the frog is going to choose a word. Now, it's easiest if you choose nouns. Certainly, if you want a challenge, you might like to choose other words that are more abstract, or verbs or adjectives. But nouns are probably the way to go, at least when you start playing. And now the group has to, and this is where the witch starts. At the beginning of each turn, the witch moves forward 1 step. So you might want to have, it could be a button, it could be a coin. I've got a little imp. You might want to have the witch, something on the coaster so that you can move the witch forward. Apart from the little thing that you're putting on the coaster to mark which stepping stone you're on, you'll also need to keep track of the score, but it's not very difficult. You could do that just on a piece of paper, or you could probably remember what your score is as a group between each round. So, the beginning of the turn, the witch moves, and then the other players choose. So the players that are not the frog choose one of these. Let's put him flat. Choose one of these different categories of clue. They decide together. So they say, okay, let's go for the make a sound clue. And the frog then has to make a sound that gives that is related to the object, that the noun that they have chosen. So whatever the players choose, the frog does that. If the players then think they want to guess at what the word is, they guess. If they are right, they get the number of points that the witch of the stone that the witch is standing on. If they are wrong. Well, if they're wrong, they lose completely and the witch gets the frog. And you get -3 points. But if more likely, they'll say they don't want to have a guess yet and want more information. So you've got to be pretty certain that you've got the word before you go for it. And in that case, then you move on around and you move the little imp up to the next stepping stone and you choose a different clue. Each time the guessers want another clue, they move forward 1 step. Whichever step you're on when you make a correct guess is your number of points. If you make an incorrect guess or the witch makes it all the way to the frog, then you don't get any. In fact, you get -3 points. The team is trying to see how quickly they can reach 15 points. So how many rounds, and they're trying to do it in as few rounds as possible. That's Free the Frog. One of our coaster games.